Yeah, no unknown film review. I will do hopefully Trick or Treat and Tales of Halloween, but I decided to do this because the new one's coming out like really soon. Probably like the same day that this video might come out. Depends on how long it takes to edit for my editor. But yeah, Halloween 2018, I heard a lot of good things about it, decided to watch it, and yeah, it is really good. It got some problems with some characters that aren't fully developed, but a lot of the time you get a sense of their character. There's some really cool kills, a lot of cool scene transitions. It's competently done. And it's just overall kind of creepy in some moments. Not like super duper terrifying, but it does actually make Michael out to be much more of a boogeyman than I guess the first one, kind of from what I've seen. Instead of just killing a few people, it kills like a lot of people. People that expect him to be there, so that's even scary. Like, you expect him to be there, but there's not really much of a chance against him because he takes a crowbar like a freaking champ as well. So there's that. It's just a great film overall, especially for a slasher movie. Although it's not like no good slasher movies exist. Like Friday the 13th Part 2, maybe even 3, 4, and 6 are all really good. I mean, 6 is freaking like amazing, near perfect, honestly. 4 is really close. Same thing with like 3 and 2. They're rather close. But either way, let's start off with the film. So the film starts with these two podcasters and one Dr. Sartain, who's been following Michael for a few years, and is sad to see him being transferred in a less than desirable facility. And we get a pretty awesome scene where one of the podcasters, Aaron, yells at Michael to say something while holding up his mask while the others go crazy. Like the others standing out there like the other mental patients. We cut back to the two podcasters who basically just indulge in the pain Laurie went through by saying it's possible Michael made her a monster, etc. And they get into our house with the promise of $3,000, but almost immediately become assholes prodding into her life about 2 failed marriages and her daughter being taken away. While it does set that up, it does make me dislike these characters, which I'm assuming the writers did, so they did it successfully. They didn't try to make them the good guys, even though they're obviously bad, or like make the good guys seem like bad guys, which some movies I think tried to do. I'm not really sure. Pretty sure Claire from Jurassic World is kind of like that. Like, I guess we're supposed to care about her, but she got like a fuck ton of people killed by being stupid, but whatever. Hell, Aaron doesn't even believe in the boogeyman, and they're just using their Laurie's pain just to make some money without consideration, which is some nice commentary on this stuff. And the other podcaster, Dana, I believe, just brings up the fact that her daughter was taken away, and Aaron asks for her to come with them and speak to Michael. While she doesn't, obviously, I'm kind of curious how different the film would have been had she actually gone there. Like, I wonder what would have happened. Had it been a bit like Halloween 2? Either versions, I mean, with like, maybe it would have been like Halloween 2, like the Rob Zombie one, where some of it took place in the hospital. Maybe not like it's a dream, but I don't know, I haven't seen the film. Just seen some videos and stuff. Maybe it would have been a bit like that. I don't know. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened, but it does make sense why, because like, you're just indulging in my pain. That's probably what she's thinking. And like, you're just a bunch of fucking assholes. It's probably what she's thinking, honestly. But who knows? Either way, we cut to Allison, Karen, and Ray, or the Nelsons, as they have a convo about peanut butter on somebody's penis for some reason, and how Laurie won't be able to talk to them when they meet Allison's boyfriend, Cameron. And then meet Vicky and Dave brings up a decent point about how Michael killing only a few people isn't that crazy by today's standards. And yeah, I mean, it's still crazy, but still. It just confuses me as to why Laurie is really this heavily bunkered. Like, if you think about it, he only killed a few people, all of which were defenseless, horny, idiotic teenagers, except for this one mechanic, but we don't really get... I don't think we really see him die, so it was off-screen. Like, all the deaths are just idiotic, horny teenagers. They're completely unaware of what's happening. Whereas here, everyone's aware, so, like, he's only killed a few people, and since none of these sequels exist, had the second sequel existed, and maybe they just cut out the whole part of, like, I don't know, them being brothers, or maybe just kept going with that, and would have made more sense, like, oh, it happened, like, you still kept going after and killed a few people that were much more aware. That would make more sense, and you weren't even safe, even if you just look like Michael with the mask, Ben Tramer, I guess. That would have made more sense, but instead this one movie where this one random dude who kills a few people and doesn't really stand up that well once he comes up against like a bullet, I'm pretty sure, because like, I'm pretty sure when he doesn't stand much of a chance when it comes to like weapons, in this movie he does much better, but like I think in the first one he doesn't really do that well, so it just makes less sense why she's so heavily bunkered when he really wasn't that crazy or unstoppable. He just killed a few unaware idiotic people. Like, had they known, they probably would have had a much better chance of surviving. Plus, it's only a few people. I mean, still bad, but still, like, yeah, it's still terrible event, but still. Anyway, we then see Cameron as well as Oscar, who is decently funny. Laurie uses the podcaster money to give to Allison, because I guess she's there in the town. And then we see her shooting mannequins in her shooting range. But the next thing you know is Michael is on a bus being transferred while Laurie sits there and watches. I think she's, like, really close to it, I think. We got to our dinner scene with the Nelsons and Cameron, and Laurie sits down for a bit, but just leaves pretty much after crying because she saw Michael on the bus. And we get what's hands down some of the most bland and literally trash acting I've seen in a bit when Karen talks about her childhood. I'm sorry, it's just so bad you think it come from like a student film. It's just so bland. It's like I I forget what the exact line is, but it's like I've been trying to get rid of all the paranoia and neuroses she has projected onto me, or something like that. Like I spent all my childhood. It's like I don't know if it's the worst acting, but it's actually pretty close up there because it's so bland, uninteresting. Maybe the actors didn't know how to like deliver that line. Not as an insult. I mean, it would be kind of weird how to deliver that line. Like, how would you do that without seeming like too over dramatic? I don't know. It just seems like it was weird. It was like it was bland. Like she was bored and falling asleep. I don't know. It's very short though. It's like 10-20 seconds, so there's at least that. But after that, we get a pretty suspenseful scene where a boy and his father find the bus with Michael crashed. A few dead bodies, and Dr. Sartain, who the kid shoots by accident and promptly gets killed by Michael after leaving, like, because basically he leaves his father's car, and the father also leaves. He gets killed later on. He finds Dr. Sartain, shoots him on the bus by accident, then leaves, goes back into the car, but Michael's in it and like kills him by like, I don't know, like cracking his neck, like snapping it, I think. We then meet another character, Officer Hawkins. Yes, I know there's a bunch of characters. Who also goes to the bus crash and finds the boy's father who got his neck like brutally messed up in an awesome and horrifying kill. Like some weird ass shit. Like this movie has some off-screen kills that are legitimately awesome. Sorry about the background noise. It's like my table moving. I don't know. Maybe I could do this. No, it's not gonna work. Okay. Either way. Where am I back on this script? Oh shit, oh yeah, we cut back to the two podcasters. When Dana asks to go to the bathroom, we actually see Michael without his mask beating someone up, which is kind of cool. Like, you don't know it because he kind of blends in, but like, evil's like really close to you, something like that. We also get an off-screen but really brutal death with a Clark having his jaw like ripped apart. At least my head canon, and I believe what I believe is everyone's head canon, is that when Michael Myers drops some like teeth creepily, as if you could drop teeth any other way, into Dana's bathroom stall, it is the Clark's teeth since we don't really see any in his body, so yeah. Either way, Michael attacks Dana and Aaron tries to help her, and despite there being a crowbar for her to use, Dana never actually helps Aaron. Like, yeah, he reacted to it, like, barely, like when Aaron hit him with it, but you could try doing it a few times. Maybe a few times it might be like, oh shit, that's actually kind of starting to hurt, because he might feel some pain. I mean, he reacted a bit. It was more just like he just got moved briefly, but I don't know, maybe you could try hitting a few times instead of just being like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for him to die instead of, ganging up on him when there's two people. 2 against 1, you might win a little bit better or have a better chance, but whatever. The two die and we cut to Laura scaring Ray and Karen with a gun, pointing out a legitimately idiotic thing, that their side window was like wide open, and also that the bus carrying Michael crashed. But for some reason they just want her out despite, Michael Myers being out there. Like, I guess she's kind of crazy, but like, damn guys, it's Michael Myers. It's supposed to be this crazy boogeyman who you can't stop. I mean, it does become that later on in the film. I'm just saying, like, what? I mean, yeah, I only killed a few people 40 years ago. Yeah, but still some precautions. I mean, I'm not saying making a whole fucking fortress or something, but some precautions to show that you're not a dumbass just waiting to die. I don't know, something, like a few weapons or some stuff, but whatever. We got to a dance party where Allison learns Cameron's cheating on her with some cat lady. I would care more if I, like, knew anything about his character, but, I mean, a little bit, I guess, like his father's Lonnie, from the original, I guess, but that's it. Allison leaves, but Cameron throws her phone into some nasty-ass fake cheese. Like, legit, that's the real horror aspect of this movie. If anybody ate that and, like, got killed by Michael, not necessarily in this film, but maybe the next one, because I believe it takes place in the same night, they should actually be thankful for him killing him, because they probably just sped up the process of that fake fucking cheese, like assimilating them or some shit, like the weird process it would most likely do, because that shit is fake, weird as hell. I do not like the way it reacted when the phone got dry. It just looked fake and weird. Hopefully, like, I don't know, some, like, person working on the film that made it doesn't get too offended. It just looks weird, man. Like some fake-ass cheese. But I guess it's kind of realistic, because a lot of cheese in America is fucking fake and weird. And is probably the reason for, like, all the deaths in worldwide. It's not serial killers. It's actually fake cheese killing people. Probably. I'm all about that. Either way, we see Vicky again, who's babysitting this kid named Julian, who doesn't add much besides acting like an actual kid instead of some, like, stupid, how do you do fellow kids thing? Like, ooh, I like Fortnite. You like Fortnite too? Oh my god, I'm gonna T-pose, kill myself. Was paid enough. But he also says he saw the boogeyman, and when Vicky checks it out, turns out it's actually Michael Myers indeed. And Boogeyman's also what they call him, so that's why I said indeed, not like instead of being the Boogeyman, it's Michael Myers. Because he has 3 names in this movie, I think. Michael Myers, the Boogeyman, the Shape. I think all of them are from previous films as well. Like, I think at the end of Halloween 1978, Laurie asks, was that like the Boogeyman? And then I think Dr. Loomis is like, indeed, or something. Like, in fact, it was. I don't know. The line was a little confusing to me. But yeah, Vicky dies, and so does Dave, who was there, but only briefly, just there to die. I guess kind of make out with Vicky, even though Julian is like up there. And I guess also smoke some weed when Cameron and Allison would have hopefully gone there, but okay then. And Hawken and Laurie meet inadvertently after they both check the house, but neither of them knew that both would be there, so it's a bit of a surprise. The sheriff named Barker shows up along with Sartine, who needed to take a little nap time after he got shot, but is doing fine. Other than a cast or whatever the hell. He obsesses over Laurie Strode and how he read everything about her, and she responds by saying some lines that honestly seem like it was just too much done for the like it just seems like it was like for the trailer, about how she prayed for Michael to escape just so she can kill him. Like, we get it. It just feels a bit weird now to play it in like an actual combo. It's like he's like obsessed. Dr. Sartine is like obsessing over like, I read everything about you. I stalk you like a fucking weirdo. And she's like, I prayed for Michael to escape, even though that doesn't really add much to his combo, I guess. And then Hawkins is like, why the hell did you do that, you dumb bitch? And then she's like, so I could kill him. Even though he's supposed to be this fucking boogeyman that you can't stop, but yeah, okay. And then he's like, well, that's a dumb thing to pray for. And it would have been even more like a trailer if he added like, because now he's out and no one can stop him, or some shit like that. Like, that's some fucking like asylum movie shit. Now he's out and no one can stop him, or something. It's just, last part wasn't in it, but still. It's kind of weird. It doesn't feel like an actual combo. It feels like some executives were like, what are some taglines for this movie that wouldn't really be like taglines? Or they just came up with some taglines that don't really sound that good, and they're just like, you know what, let's just add it in the film, mainly for the trailer. It's not like a bad thing, it lasts for like 10 seconds, but it's just kind of a funny thing, honestly. Either way, cut back to Allison and Oscar walking home, and Oscar tries to kiss her, but turns out she doesn't want to be with him and leaves. Oscar sees Michael and gets killed after a short but really cool scene using motion sensors. That's all I'm going to say, because if you haven't seen this film somehow, I say somehow because this movie's pretty popular and made a bunch of money. Like, $255 million. I mean, that's not like Avengers level, but more like what they make in like a single weekend or so, but still some money. Like, if you haven't seen it, just watch it. Like, literally just watch it. That's why I've been skipping over some stuff and just, generally talking about scenes, not like going in depth, because you should see this film. It's generally fucking great. Like, it's not generally, well, it is generally great. Like, there are some moments that are dumb, but generally it's good. But it's also just genuinely a really great movie. Like, you should just watch it. Like, even if you pirate it, I mean, I would recommend you actually watch it legally, or at least rent it from like your, I don't know, like library or something. But like, just watch it at least so you get the full experience. I mean, I don't know, something. Either way, I just don't want to spoil it. Allison sees his dead body and runs. It gets picked up by Officer Hawkins and Sartine. The 3 drive until they see Michael and run him over, and despite Sartine being like pretty mad that he ran him over, Hawkins continues and tries to like shoot Michael, where he's like, I'm gonna blow his fucking brains out. He basically, turns out Dr. Sartine is evil, and he caused like the bus to crash at the beginning or something like that. I don't remember it being said in the movie, but some videos talked about that. So he basically stabs him with a penknife, like Dr. Sartine stabs the dude with a gun. Somehow. I mean, he tries to shoot. I'm just like, how did you not notice that? Like, come on. Maybe have your gun trained next to the dude who's like really weird to me, like, don't shoot this murderer who's killed like a fuck ton of people. And I've also been like following him for like ever and like reading up about him. Like, I don't know, I mean, I'd be a little suspicious, but also like, whatever. It's not like a bad thing. It's just, either way, we get the reveal. He's bad. He stabs the dude with like a penknife a few times and brings Michael into the car and runs over Hawkins' dead body as if he wasn't dead already. But they stop once Michael awakens, and he kills Sartine with a head stomp. There's also this thing about how like Allison's like, oh, he talked to me. If you let me go, I'll tell you what it is. I think he said 2 words. It was Allah Akbar. Shut the fuck up. No, but it's like that whole thing. People are like obsessed in this movie. Like, oh, I want to hear him talk. Like, I don't know. That would take him a bit away from the horror, but I guess that's something. And there's this whole thing about Dr. Sartine was like, oh, I want to see what pleasure he gets from killing, which makes sense. But either way, Allison runs away, and these 2 cops go to investigate the scene, and we see their death later on, which I'm not going to spoil, because again, watch this movie yourself. The kills are so fucking cool. Like, Like, just watch it. It is seriously inventive and gnarly. And this movie isn't just for kills. Like, it's got a bunch of kills, like about 18, I believe. But it's also got some pretty cool characters and really cool scenes. It's just generally competently done. Either way, Race, who sees this, doesn't have much time to live before getting strangled to death / like getting his neck broken by Michael with a wind chime. Allison goes into the house and Karen lures Michael into her view by saying she can't do it, then shoots him with a gun, which Laura continues by stabbing him, and Allison and Karen get out of the basement as Michael Myers gets trapped there, and the house gets burned there, and the three find like this truck driver, and they get away as the film ends with a freeze frame on the knife that Allison is holding. So yeah, that was Halloween 2018. Yes, I skipped over some stuff, just because I didn't want to spoil everything. Yeah, this is a genuinely great movie. I'd rate it at least an 8 out of 10, maybe not. If not, an 8.5 or 9. I don't know. It's a great movie. I don't know why some people like YMS found it like boring or something like that. Maybe the final battle, because I mean, it was kind of pointless. Like, wow, I'm really wondering if Michael's gonna die. I'm also not really too interested in the new one because the new one's looking up to be a kind of a stinker, honestly. Like, it just seems more like focused on kills and shit than an actual coherent plot. And also, I don't know, man. I'm not really interested because I know he's most likely not going to die in this one, considering there's one more film. And also the title, man, Halloween Kills, like, I get it, but, like, come up with a more creative name, guys. Come on, like, Halloween Kills. I mean, this one wasn't exactly super duper creative, but, I don't know, it's like a return to form, so at least there's that. Plus, it's a just great film, but whatever. Either way, this film's great. I recommend you watch it. The characters are good, even if they're not fully developed by Cameron, although I think he's going to be in the sequel, so I guess there's a reason for that, kind of. And he's in some shots with Allison, but he cheated on her, so I don't know if they're gonna be like, I fucking hate you, bitch, but we gotta work together. But hopefully not for an asinine reason, like an actual reason that makes sense. Maybe he becomes a better character, I don't know. The kills were good, they were creative, they were gory, they were terrifying quite a few times, and Michael's pretty ruthless in this film. Like, again, he takes a crowbar like a champ, he just gets hit, slightly moves, maybe takes a little bit of pain, but he just keeps going. He's pretty ruthless in this film. He is actually more of a boogeyman than he is, I think, from what I've seen the first one. I'll have to fully see it, obviously, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the movie if you saw it, or I hope you enjoy it when you see it, because yeah, this is a pretty fun film to watch. I guess watch it with friends. I don't know. This is a great film to watch in general. Yeah, I recommend you watch it. I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you want. Subscribing is literally free. You can unsubscribe whenever the hell you want. Turn on the notifications so you actually get notified when I upload a video, so you're not just like completely confused, like, oh, is this channel dead, and then like become 3 weeks late to like this whole poll or like a video series, or I don't know, like just a review or something like that, and you're like really late to it or something like that. And I don't want to like clog up your feed, so in case you're worried about that, I did a little bit earlier like this year with like live streams, just because I never really did them. But yeah, I don't do that in case you're worried about me like clogging up your feed with a bunch of random ass videos. I might do this occasionally. Like, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a live stream with like building Legos, but yeah, I usually upload I usually upload like every 1 or 2 weeks or so. So yeah, if you don't want someone that clogs up your feed, that's me. Hopefully, I hope I don't want to clog up your feed. But yeah, subscribe if you want. It's free. Unsubscribe whenever the hell you want. I hope you enjoy these videos and actually watch them, because I'm looking at the average view duration from my last video, or the Area 51 video. Yeah, not good. So I hope people watch more than 20 seconds of this fucking video, because that's gonna piss me off, and my editor probably. Like, why the hell would we bother going editing if people are not gonna watch? But I'm not gonna complain. I just hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I got any criticisms wrong, like something was explained, what you thought of this movie, what you thought of the video. He's a person, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you never really know someone as a person, especially like on the internet, because they usually just show what you want to see. But I don't know, just what you like thought of the video and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. This is so fucking weird. Look, here are all my patrons who don't exist. But yeah, see you in the next video.